Welcome back to TechnoSurgeon YouTube channel. So today we are having the news regarding Intel and Intel's next Arc GPUs, and in this video we see like the Ryan Shroud, which is the Intel Arc marketing manager, has shown off Intel Arc A750 desktop GPU, which is running at 1440p with high settings, high or ultra setting, and as you can see on the screen here, the screen refresh rate it's matched with the GPU's render rate. So it is in sync, like both of them works at the same space. Like if your GPU is like, if your refresh rate of your monitor is 120 Hz, then the GPU will run at 120, will try to render 120 frames per second. And this is just one game it is shown off, and it is in the sweet spot of 1440p, not 4K or 1080p, but 1440p, which is nice. And you can see on the screen here there is no wear and tear, and also there is no ghosting because the screen refresh rate has been matched with the GPU's render rate. So yeah, it looks pretty good. And he explains like if the Intel GPU will support HDMI 2.0 and HDR, and it is not natively supported, but it will support via DisplayPort 2.0, and since it is not natively supported, it is going to be implemented by renters itself. So basically the one who is manufacturing this GPU cards need to support for native 4K or HDR standards so that it can be supported. But if it's custom made CPU, if it's a custom made GPU, but if you buy it from Intel itself, it is supported on DisplayPort 2.0. so which is nice. And yeah, the frame rate looks good, and nonetheless there's no wear and tear. And if it's true, it is faster than 5700 XT, RX 5700 XT. So yeah, it is pretty solid nonetheless in 4040p. Given the fact it is in low segment, but Intel is pretty late because 4000 series and also 7000 series will be launched very soon, and this is also compared to the last gen. So yeah, it is pretty good for if the pricing is good. Moving on, we have news regarding Ada Lovelace, and Copy7 Quimi has tweeted out like RTX 4070 get a TimeSpy extreme score of 10,000, which gives it close to 3090 RTX 3090 score. So 4070 is close to 1390. And he also tweeted out like RTX 4080 is going to get a TimeSpy score which is greater than 15,000, which is awesome nonetheless, because 4080 will be like 2 times the performance of RTX 3080. So yeah, it is a pretty massive improvement over last gen nonetheless. But the fact is like the power draw and the power requirement, because if it's all true, like even if we get this massive improvements, the power limiter which we had stated previously is just too bad. And he stated like this scores are based on specs I mentioned before. So yeah, he's not yet sure about RTX 4090, but the 4090 TimeSpy score is double, like it is greater than 19,000. So Ada Lovelace is looking more and more powerful by each passing day. But it's always bad because if it's going to get that much of a performance, then the wattage will increase, and the heat and stability of the GPU for that performance is a major factor, giving AMD a chance to win it. Moving on, we have news regarding AMD's and Ryzen 7000 to be specific, as Videocast has stated like AMD confirms Ryzen 9 7950X, 7900X and other CPUs which is to be launched, and it has been updated into AMD's library as of now. And as you can see on the screen here, this is the Ryzen 9 7950X, Ryzen 9 7900X, Ryzen 7 7700X and Ryzen 5 7600X. Do note there is no Ryzen 7 7800X, as I think they are dropping that naming SKU, or maybe they will launch it down the line, but they are making it so that it resembles to Intel's 13th gen CPUs like i7 13700X, i9 3900K and things related to it. So yeah, AMD had just added its new Ryzen 7 variants, and we got a confirmation that they might be launched on 4th August, as I had already made a video on it. Let's just hope it is true. What do you think about all of this? I'm pretty excited for it. Nvidia's Ada Lovelace and AMD's Ryzen 7000. So let's just hope it's pretty good. And what you thought on Intel's high-end CPU? Sort of all of it in the comment section below. And for more tech news, subscribe to the channel, as here is the only place you will get more tech news. So like and share this video, and I will meet you in the next one. Peace out.